Welcome back. We have with us in the studio David Geist, and he's what is referred to as a speed painter. And we have him set up right here on the floor. And I said, would you like a table? Would you like an easel? He goes, nope, I just work on the floor. So this is what you'll see when you go to the Art Fest.
At the Eagles.
At the Eagles.
Is that right?
That's
Yes.
what we talked about.
It's, at the Eagles
David, let's
there in
talk
Midway.
about that event. Is this
Okay.
the first time you've done this event?
This is
or-
the first time I've done this show. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to it. There's going to be a lot of different artists there, a lot of different musicians.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good event.
How'd you get started doing this?
It's kind of a long story, but it had to do with some firefighter PTSD and just looking for a way to get my mind off of things and away from, everything. So.
How did you discover that you could do this type of art?
Well, my first few attempts weren't really that great. It took some practice, but over time, I really enjoyed doing it, and I just kept doing it.
Yeah.
Did someone teach you how to do this particular?
No, not really. I just playing with paint
Wow.
and just.
Well, you've got a couple finished pieces on the floor. Can you kind of tell us about the one that's closer to you with the moon on there? We see that in the frame. What is that? Tell us what that one's called or what it's about.
It's basically just spray paint art is an imaginary thing. It's kind of a fantasy type thing. It's just there's no limit to it. You can paint anything that you really want to paint. So.
So you start off with a blank canvas. And what kind of explain as I'm going to let you just take off.
Okay. Well,
And kind of explain how you
paint
do
art,
this.
It's a little bit different than most people may think. It kind of works backwards.
Okay.
That way. But I usually.
So do you paint everything upside down, or you?
No. I just kind of just go with layers, and however I think I might want to put it in there. So we'll start out with a little bit of yellow. We'll just kind of go from there and see how it turns out. And I really don't plan very much.
Oh, okay.
I just sit down and I start painting.
Okay.
So you don't necessarily have a vision in your mind of what?
Sometimes I do on the more extravagant ones. I'll kind of plan them out, but a lot of times I just sit down and I just start painting.
Okay.
So. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Art Stock 2 show. I haven't done that one yet, but it'll be exciting.
Now you've done this for, you say, how many years?
I've done it for about 2 years now.
2 years?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I really enjoy doing it.
Well, you're covering up all your yellow.
That always throws everybody off a little bit.
Okay.
He's got a plan though. He seems like he has a plan. You know what's amazing to me is he doesn't have any spray paint on his hands or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever worked with spray paint, Dan?
Yeah, but it usually runs.
Yes. And I get it all over me and
Yeah.
everything it's not supposed to be on.
Because you're using that's a large putty knife. I don't know what you really call that thing, but
Yeah.
a large putty knife. Okay.
You hit that on the
Yeah.
hit that nail on the head,
And I smell paint all of a sudden.
Yes.
It does smell a little bit, but
I've watched YouTube videos on street painters, and they paint in a fast pace. Within 3 or 4 minutes, they create these fabulous pieces of art, and it's phenomenal to watch because it starts off and you start watching exactly what you're doing there, and you go, what in the world is this guy doing?
This is fascinating.
And then by the time it's almost finished, you go, that's just unbelievable how he went from just a totally blank piece of canvas to something that's very beautiful.
Yes.
Now he just sprayed that on his fingers.
I noticed that, but it was on purpose as opposed to when I do it.
yeah, spray paint art's a little bit different. if you've got to do it pretty fast, or you lose people's attention.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Does the
So it's a
paint
performance kind of artwork
Yeah,
too. Yeah.
yeah. You kind of it's kind of putting on a little bit of a show at the same time.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you say?
oh no, I was just going to ask if does the paint dry pretty quickly, or
Yeah, it does, especially when
Okay.
you're working outside.
Oh,
And you've
okay.
got a little bit of wind, so you have to really, you have to really work pretty quick then.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think they're going to have me inside at the Art Stock 2 in Midway,
right.
so at the Eagles, and that'll be really good. That'll be a really good show. So let me turn this around and show. And just kind
Okay.
of a quick
Okay.
city.
So that's a cityscape,
Yeah, just a
a
quick
night
one.
cityscape with
Wow.
stars
Yeah.
and the
Some of
constellation.
some of the other ones, they take me a little bit longer, because there's different patterns and different
right.
layers and stuff that they use.
Okay.
But
Well, that was very simple, and
Yeah.
something like that. It's all about technique.
yeah,
And will you be demonstrating different
yeah.
techniques there?
I have all different kinds of stuff that I do. And,
Okay.
And so there'll be.
Grab this one that we can't see this one
This
right
one?
here of the elephant,
Yeah.
and I wanted to show some of the other things that you can
Gosh.
do there. Now, do you stencil that, or do you?
The outlines are.
The outlines
Yeah,
are stenciled.
The outlines
Okay.
are.
All
And I
right.
do all my own. I make all my own stencils.
Okay. And all of the work that you have there will be for sale.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I do some donations, to just different things. Like, if somebody's house burns, I donate to them. Cancer patients, just things like that. It brightens their day.
Yeah.
do you,
Well, this all goes back to the PTSD thing that
Yeah.
you do it for a reason, then you give back, which
Yeah.
helps too.
So,
So,
but
yeah.
I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
do you have a way for someone to contact you if they wanted to, if they
Yeah.
can't see you at the show, but they would like to?
Yeah, I have a Facebook page. It's Dave Spray Paint Art on Facebook.
Dave
Okay.
Spray Paint Art. That's
And
just
then,
isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I
That is
believe
cool.
artstock2.com. I believe they have some of my work on their page.
Tell us, the event is called Art Stock 2, and it's going to be there at Midway
Yeah, at
On-
the Eagles.
at the Eagles, March the 7th from
from noon to midnight.
noon to
And you'll
midnight.
be
Yeah.
there the whole time?
I believe so. I might give out a little bit
well,
early, but
yeah.
Depends on
Like
if
if
people
somebody
want to
shows up
buy
at
more artwork, yeah.
11:59 and they
Yeah.
want to see you do something.
But
David,
yeah,
yeah.
I'll be there along with a lot of other artists and musicians, and we're all just going to have a good time.
That's great. David, thanks so much for coming
Yeah,
by,
thank you
for
for having us.
demonstrating. Yeah.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Truman Fuller. He's going to be at Artstock and Artstock 2, and he's going to be playing a couple songs for us. We'll be
Yay.
hearing some of his selections here in a few minutes. Stay with us. You're watching 726 right here in Mountain Home, Arkansas.